assignment this Friday, and it's going to be called Week in Review. So I'm just going to go over, your assignment will not exactly be the same as this assignment, but I'm going to go over some of the concepts just to review them, and then you can do the assignment. Okay, so the first thing is we want to find the volume and the surface area. So we are going to look at the figure where the right triangle is, and to find the area of the triangle is 1/2 the base times the height, and the base is actually 3, and the height, if you look right there, is 4, which equals 12, and 1/2 of that is going to be 6, and then you would multiply it times the height of the figure, so 6 times 5 equals 30 cubic yards. As you can see, the hardest part is just to identify the sides of the triangle where it's the where it's the square triangle, so you can get the base and the height. Now we know that both of the triangles on the sides have the area of 6. So we're going to add 6 plus 6, that's 2 of the sides. Then the bottom is 5 times 6, or 5 times 3. See, that's the length. There's 5, so that's 15. Then we have the back side, which is 5 times, I'll put 5 times 3 right here. 5 times 4, so it's 20. And then the front side is going to be 5 times 5. 5 times 5. And when I say the front, I'm imagining it's sitting a different direction, but however you say it, we need to just add those all together to end up with 27, 37. What I got was 62 square yards. Okay, so that's how you would do a triangular prism for both the surface area and the volume. Let's do the volume and surface area of this. So it would be length times width times height. So 3 times 4 times 7. So that's 12 times 7. And that would be 84 cubic, whoops, not centimeters, but inches, cubic inches. Then to find the surface area, first we could find the top and the bottom right here. 3 times 4 equals 12. We have 2 sides that look like that. Then we have 7 times 3. There are 2 sides of that. So 7 times 3 is 21. And then we have 7 times, or 4 times 7, which would be 28 and 28. So if we add those all together, 4 plus 42 plus 28 plus 28. So 122 square inches. Okay, that's the surface area. Now I'm going to do 2 cylinders because those are a little bit, people are more confused. So first the volume is radius squared times pi times the height, which would be the length if the height, if it's not standing upright. So we have 2 times 2, which is 4, times 3.14 times 11. Okay. 4 times 14 times 11. Okay, so our volume is 138.16 cubic meters. Now to find the surface area, we are going to do, first of all, the areas of the circles, which would be radius squared times pi. So we would have 4 times 3.14. There would be 2 of them, the circle right here and the circle right there. So 4 times 3.14 is 12 and 56 hundredths times 2, because we have 2 circles, we have 25 and 1200ths. Now remember, the length of this rectangle that goes all the way around the cylinder is going to be found by the circumference. And in this case, the circumference is going to be 4 times pi because the radius is 2. So 4 times 3.14. Okay, so 4 times 3.14. And then we're going to multiply that times the length, because if we unrolled it, it would look like a rectangle. 11. And actually, it is the same answer as the volume, but now we're going to add also the areas for the top and bottom circles. Okay, so plus 25.12, 163 and 28 square meters. That is the surface area. One says the model airplane has a scale factor of 1 to 18. If the length of the actual plane is 60 feet, how many inches should they make the model? Well, first of all, we're going to have to turn the feet into inches. So 60 times 12, which is, so we're going to do 1 times whatever the inches are. So it ends up being 720 inches. So 1 times 720 inches divided by 18. So now we divide that by 18. And the model should be 40 inches. All right, one more scale factor over here. Okay, so we have the scale factor of a model car, 1 to 30. The model is 8 inches. The actual length of the car in feet. So we are going to, here's the car, we don't know. We are going to cross multiply, divide. We don't need to divide by 1. I mean, we already know what that would be. So 30 times 8. But of course, we have to divide that by 12 to make it feet instead of inches. So it ends up being 20 feet. Okay, I am going to do one where you change something to scale factor. So it says he made the actual car was 4 feet tall. And that is going to be 4 times 12 because we want to change it to inches to find the scale factor. So we have 48 inches. And then 2 is the actual model. When we reduce that, the scale factor is 1 to 24. Okay, so that is how you find the scale factor. All right, now we're going to be doing the Pythagorean theorem. Remember, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In this case, on this program, they don't necessarily do ones that you can take out of the square root box. But in this case, we don't have the c squared. We have 6 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. So 36 plus 16, and I'm going to go ahead and add that. 36 plus 16, so it's 52. Okay, so 52 we cannot take out of a square root box, so how you solve this is you just go c equals the square root of 52. And we can figure that on our calculator and make it into a decimal, but we are going to be talking about that in a later lesson. This is an irrational number. It would be between, because the square root of 7 is 49, the square root of 6 is 36, so it can't be between that. So we have 49 and then 64. So those are the two square root or squares it's between. So it would be between 6 and 7, but you are going to go ahead and leave it in a square root box. Okay, let's do this one right here. This is the hypotenuse, so we actually have c squared. So we have a squared, which is 1 squared, plus b squared equals 3 squared. So 1 plus b squared equals 9. So we subtract 1 from the side, subtract 1 from this side. B squared equals 8. And we are just going to say b equals the square root of 8. That's just how you're going to put it. Okay, one more. We'll do the next page and then we'll do a few more things. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have 3 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. So we have 9 plus 25, which equals 34. So c squared equals 34. You are just going to put that in a square root box to solve. All right, so the quotient of 50 and 5. So it would look something like this. 50 divided by 5. 6 more than r plus 6. So keep practicing these, and then let's go through a couple of these. We know this is a 90-degree angle, so we say 90 degrees. And then we have, sorry, I put that over too much. Okay, so we would have 3x plus 5x plus 2 equals 90 degrees. So we add what we can. We combine like terms. 8x plus 2 equals 90. Subtract the 2 from both sides. 8x equals 88. And then finally, we divide both sides by 8, and x equals 11 degrees. All right, let's look at this one. It's kind of weird, but it's a straight line. That's 180 degrees. So literally it is 2x plus 40 equals 180 degrees. Subtract 40 from this, subtract 40 from this. So we end up with 2x equals 140. And then divide by 2, and x equals 70 degrees. Finally, we'll do this triangle right here. And a triangle is 180 degrees, so it's 30 plus 95. And then, of course, we have plus 3x plus 16 equals 180 degrees. We're going to put the 3x right here. We're going to add all the other numbers. So 30 plus 95 plus 16 equals 141 equals 180 degrees. Subtract 141. Subtract 141. Okay, so you get 3x equals 39. Divide both sides by 3, and you get x equals 13. All right, so good luck on this assignment. I just thought I'd give you a quick review of all the different concepts